we had an election, presidential election. Um, Shout out to everybody that ran. Shout out to Trump. Shout out to Kamala. Shout out to the independents, even though we don't know who they are because y'all didn't
Right.
have enough marketing dollars for me even know who you were on the ballot. I damn near wrote myself in on one of the ballots, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But we had an election. I can openly say who I voted for did not win. You know what I'm saying? It didn't win, but I'm not mad at those who did vote for Trump. I mean, especially if you voted for whatever political reasons. But a lot of people that I feel as though even voted for Kamala didn't really vote for whatever issues that they had concerns with or policies that they wanted. They were basing their votes on skin color, gender, and that's just where I'm at with it. Like, I'm not mad at the election. Like, elections have not went our way, being black and brown people for a long time. So we know how to adjust. We know how to pivot. We know how to move around in this world to get it done. The only thing that I had an issue with the election is people that look like you and I, right? Men that look like you and I. You know, it was a few women scattered in there that had some things to say. And if you were actually arguing different policies, then I'm cool with that. But a lot of people that I had debates or arguments with were not arguing policy. They were arguing some personal shit.
Yep.
And to sit there and hear that from a man that looks like you and I just thought it was the most sucker shit in the world.
Yeah. At the end of the day, right, with having 3 daughters, right?
Fact.
I thought it was an injustice to have black men not talk about her policies.
That's facts.
You know what I mean? But sit there and talk about if she was black enough, right? If she was them, as in another black woman, right? And the shit that fucked it up for me because I'm raising 3 black young women, right?
And a young man.
And a young man, right? But he already seen a black man become president.
Right.
Right? So when you have the oldest daughter who's now in, these classes and they're learning about politics and shit like that, right? To have her for the first time, like, I hope she win, I don't like what Trump said, and you kind of feel like you want her to win selfishly because you want your daughter to see she can be more than the hood off.
And it's nothing wrong with that. And I don't want to cut you off, but I'm gonna be honest about my vote. My vote wasn't totally based on policy. A lot of who she was, what she looked like, definitely played a factor in my vote, right? And even when it came to Trump, it's people that look like him that they base their vote the same. I'm not mad at it. Like whatever your excuse is to vote, just go vote. But it was based on that because I don't know if I'm going to be alive to be able to see a woman and even a black woman become president of this country. Like, so I definitely wanted to be on the right side of history. I'm not going to sit there and tell a lie. She has some things on the table that I'd agree with. She has some things on the table that I didn't agree with. Same thing with Trump. He talks some shit that I like. But I also know the energy that he brings. He brings out a bigot energy, a racism energy. He may not be racist or a bigot himself. That's not for me to say. But that's the energy that it brings. And the fact of the matter is, when you sitting there talking to another black and brown man and they act like that didn't play a factor in this election, it's like, yo, you're part of the fucking problem.
Part of it. And and I didn't want to cut you off, like, but one of the reasons why I voted for, right? And I voted for because of one, her being a black woman, right? But I also voted for her for her policies or what she said she wanted to do, right? And one of the things that she said that she wanted to do was help black men, you know, become entrepreneurs, become business owners, and give them that grant money that they needed to start up, right?
Mm-hmm.
So looking at what we do, what I do outside of this and all that shit, and what you
Just
know
you
that
being an entrepreneur,
yeah,
you could have benefited off of that.
facts, right?
Same could
The,
I.
the legal way and not how niggas was scamming off the PPP loan and thought that Trump was giving them some money and, you know, the scam because everybody that I hear that wanted to vote for him that was like me and you talked about money, right?
Mm-hmm.
And
That's what had me confused. It's like they talking like him getting in office is going to automatically make you wealthy. That's come on, man.
And then like, but and then not only that, like the home ownership part of it, where she was talking about, you know, making sure people like us stop being renters for the rest of our lives.
Right.
You know, that other part that part of that was like, okay, you know, she had some policies with the taxes, right? That I did like where she was going to, yes, hit them in the head to where that 1%, those rich, to where they should be hitting the head because they make all the bread.
Right.
And a person like you and I, and others like us who work hard every fucking day, bro. Right? Work hard.
We not at the
every
top
day.
and we not at the bottom.
Right.
We still stuck in the middle. And if people that don't know taxes, right, the way this country is built, first of all, is built off of debt.
Right.
And on top of that, the way the IRS works, either they want you filthy rich or dirty poor. Everybody else is in the middle. That's why we pay so much. That's why inflation hurts us so much. That's why people that get up and work 9 to 5, sometimes 9 to 9s, people working 2 and 3 jobs, come to end of the year, you got some tax professional telling you, yeah, you pay taxes all year, but they said you didn't pay enough. You need more. So now you in tax debt. Like it's more people in the middle than it is at the top and the bottom. So that's where the money is made. And people in the middle need help at this point. Like,
and you know what's so fucked up about that? I've been in the middle for a long time, right? But with a lady and 4 fucking kids, you feel like you're in the fucking bottom.
Yeah, because
right?
I mean, in the middle, when you mean middle, right? You're meaning you're not part of the world that's making at least $250,000. You're pulling in 6 figures, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But that 6 figures is not really 6 figures a lot if you're not pulling it in on your own LLC. Like that's what people don't understand. Like you can gross 100. Like it's easy to make. I don't want to sound prude like that, but it's not. I've been doing 6 figures for a long time, and it's like, you know, I don't really. It don't feel like nothing to me. Like it's not money.
Because nigga, that 6 figures at the taxes become 5.
Yeah, that's nothing. You know what I'm saying?
And sometimes it's not that close 5 that's to the 6.
I ain't gonna lie. A thing on my wish list. Like I'm gonna tell you, I should run for office, yo. I'm gonna run for office. Yo, you know what? I think the country itself, right? If they gave everybody at least a year of gross pay. Like we had to pay no taxes, no statewide, no federal.
Just straight as
just straight the country for 1 year. A lot of people could get out of debt, you know? A lot of things would balance out. That's how I figure it. Like maybe it's just me wishful thinking. Maybe I'm stupid. Y'all can call me stupid in the comments. But if everybody was able to at least for a year just touch your gross pay, just your gross.
You know how many people go exempt from Fed and state just for like 2-3 months just to get out of debt?
Just to get out of debt, just
then, you know
get groceries, just to get the essentials. You know what I'm saying? But outside of the actual facts of what happened with the election in the country, we really wanted to get on here and really address, like I said, the bitch assness of a lot of men. Like I mean, you can spend so much time on these social media apps trying to type, but they not gonna feel the energy of what you're saying. So we've been talking about it all week. It's like, yeah, let's do a real quick impromptu jump on here, and just get this energy off, because it was just too many black and brown men for me that was making the attacks too fucking personal. Like, like I said, if you were arguing policy, if you were arguing actual facts, don't come at me telling me about she's not really black.
That shit.
She's not really Native American. I had one brother tell me, who I know for a fact didn't walk across a high school stage, tell me that this lady wasn't smart.
Bro,
right?
Bro,
You didn't walk across a high school stage, and you're gonna tell me that this black lady isn't. It's okay to. It was okay to vote against. Okay to vote against her. I just didn't like the degrading personal attacks on this woman. You know what I'm saying? And it came from a lot of men that I know for a fact have daughters. So if you sitting home like you do, telling your daughters, hey, strive to be the best you can be, reach for your highest potential, and we see a woman do that in front of us, especially in a campaign where she was thrown into it late.
Right.
She made a hell of a push to become president of the United States. That's something to celebrate. You know what I'm saying? That's something to applaud. Even if you voted against her, that is something to applaud. You can still sit down and tell your kids, like, look what she did. Like, I don't agree with a lot of what she did to try to get in office. I don't agree with a lot of her policies, but her being a woman in a male-dominated field, society, world, she made some people, believe in her. Like, and I'm one of them people that believed. And if she run again in 4 years and actually have a real chance to go ahead and have a real campaign and not get thrown into it late, she's going to get my vote again if her policies and everything make sense for me.
And for me, it's like, just sitting there watching men say, she's not like you, telling the black women she's not like you, And what he said was, she's not on a bus stop with our kids, right? And it's like, bro, why the fuck are we down in another black woman for living a certain type of way because she did not have to struggle? From what you know. We don't, because a lot of us only heard of her since now. Since when she became the vice president.
That's been a big divide in our culture. It's like we downplay, or we upset at the people that didn't have to struggle like
That's
us.
smart.
Why do we celebrate the struggle so much? Like, if you came from a certain part of the city or the world where you grew up kind of, you didn't have the resources. You may have grew up had a little poverty, or you didn't grow up having the things you wanted all the time, or the resources you wanted all the time. Usually your mindset is to get to that level where now the generation after you doesn't have to struggle. Right. So if we all got that same goal, how are we downplaying somebody that's doing it? I don't understand. It's like downplaying somebody that has nepotism. It's not too many of us that are in a position to give our family members, our friends, some sort of nepotism and give them things. So if somebody reaches that level and want to give their family member or their friend something that they earned and worked, so what?
But
it happens for every other culture. Like, I don't understand when it comes for us, though.
But this is what I'm saying. Her father is Jamaican, right?
No facts.
Not only is her father Jamaican, her father is also a person that fought for black people.
Okay.
So, one, she never had to say she didn't see someone fight for what she believed in, right?
Right.
Two, that can go for anybody that's black that do certain shit to do certain shit. We said, oh, we don't fuck with her because she was a DA or whatever, right? Yo, when she said yes, I went to Howard University.
Okay.
One of the first
HBCU.
One of the first black HBCUs, right? And study law because one of her friends as a child was raped. And we know a lot of motherfuckers who came up, and we know some people that did get raped.
Right.
And if one of us fueled off of that, then what are we mad about?
Mm-hmm.
And then when it was debunked that she didn't send niggas to jail, over weed and she actually had a program to help them, why nobody wanted to go find them people?
Misogyny is real.
Yo, and it's sickening. It's sickening because when it comes down to how now people come out, I knew she was gonna lose because XYZ, or she didn't put enough campaign, or she didn't talk
People
about
ain't know shit.
the working class people, right?
Mhm.
But when I'm looking at what she's saying, she is talking about the working class people. But just like the Obama shit, they didn't want niggas to be niggas.
And she had this much time. She had very, very little time.
What, 2 months, 3 months?
About maybe I think about 4 months. Not even that. Like, I mean,
she had to get the money up.
Yo,
so like her first, she went on a run. It was like
not even that. They've been pushing Biden for re-election. So when everybody started, asking about his health and how he's talking, the way he's moving, like, bro, you might not make it another 4 years. You don't want to wish death on nobody, but bro, it's not looking like you're gonna see another 4 years the way that you're moving. And to be president of the United States is a 24-hour job. It isn't, you going home at 5 o'clock and shutting it down. Like, no, your phone constantly ringing. You constantly got to worry about everybody's problem. That is a stressful position. And at that age, man, he couldn't take it no more. I just wish he'd have dropped out a year ago and let her really get a head start and go do what she need to do. That's what I'm saying. In the next 4 years, if she wants to go ahead and run again, sweetheart. Like, I loved everything about it. Like, I loved everything about the fact how she fought. You know what I'm saying? I love how the fact how the people actually donated in an abundance very quickly.
Right.
It's just she didn't have enough time. You know what I'm saying?
But it's so crazy because it's like, yo, I had a person who is of another color, white, right? Was madder than the people that look like me.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Okay.
And it's not and because it wasn't about the policies for her.
Okay.
It was the fact that, one, she was a woman, and two, she can't believe that America do not like change.
America doesn't.
And it's
they like the white man, the white man's power infrastructure. They love it.
And know what makes it worse? So I was reading through, doing some research, yo, and I seen Al Qaeda, fucking one of their leaders, officials, made a video to laugh at America and said, I see that America is not ready for a woman because they're so weak. America doesn't see when the right thing is in place because they so weak.
Mm-hmm.
And it's so crazy, yo, because every time he runs, right, it's like the racism jumps out the door, right? But with this one was different.
They're not scared to be racist no more. They're not scared to be racist.
But with this one was different though, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Because it lets you see how bad my culture, hate us.
Mm-hmm. Misogyny.
Like, yo, our culture hates us. Our culture hates women, black women especially, to have any kind of charge, any kind of... Just think about it. When you see a man and a woman in a relationship, right?
Okay.
And a woman is the breadwinner, and it's two families like that, black and white. The man in the black family is so mad and don't want people to know that his wife make more than him.
Mm-hmm.
In that white family, yo, like she went this, got that degree, or she did that, she deserved that. Them niggas even willing to be the daddy of home.
That's a good point, because I know two Caucasian brothers that actually quit their job because their wife got a better career option, and they said they got to sit home with the children until they can find something else because the opportunity for her was too great for them to pass up. That's called sacrifice. Like,
Yo, they
but
out here going
these
remote.
dudes out here that I was arguing with, all y'all got some type of mama issues or something. You hate your baby mother. You just bitter about something that you can't see yourself being able to take some type of leadership from a woman. Right? You would think that y'all were CEOs of some type of big corporation, like you were in charge. Like, y'all don't, it was just mind blowing to me just to see, like, bruh, like, you really degrading us. Like you act like if she would have won, it was a loss for your manhood.
Yeah.
It's not a loss for your manhood. It's like, yo, that was your chance to champion a woman. That was your chance to champion her.
And
you know what I'm saying?
The first thing women feel is though black men never take. They always there for us, but we're never there for them.
Yeah, shout out to Angela also Brooks though.
Yeah, shout
First
out to
black
Angela
woman senator from Maryland.
From Maryland, yep.
Yeah, shout out to her. Gotta give her some love. Gotta give her some grace. Cause I ain't gonna lie, like
I thought she was gonna lose.
Man, I just ain't never heard of a last name called also Brooks. Like, I'm like, yo, what
they
the
made
fuck
that shit
is
up,
that?
man.
Like, yo, like,
they made that up.
It's like, yo, what's your last name? Brooks? What's your name? I'm also Brooks. Oh, that's your name. Also, that's your name also.